was interesting. What did you make of his vibe overall?
I think something mentally wrong with him. I don't think he's like all the way there mentally. I think he's crazy.
Legit?
That's my opinion. Yeah, I think he's legit crazy. I think something really wrong with him, but that's what make him dangerous. I think them the guys is the most dangerous people, them delusional, crazy people who want to be the best and want their spot at greatness. So I gotta respect it, but I think something is definitely off with him.
When it comes to it, competition is competition, man. This is competition and currency, you know, and you can't be friends in this game. I don't see it. I think that's what makes them soft. It's what makes our era a little bit fragile. So I think the guys like myself that still carry that with the heart of a champion and holding the Ring Magazine world title, I think that maybe we have a different form of looking at it and make boxing.
Stevenson didn't tiptoe around the topic during a live interview. He walked straight up to the truth as he saw it and confronted Teofimo Lopez head-on.
I don't carry it that way.
But you're in my way.
The mentality is never going to be that way.
But you're in my way. But you're in my way. So I got to move you out my way. That's how I look at this.
Nope.
Ain't nobody taking food off my table. That's all I'm going to say.
But I'll tell you this, though. You bit more than you could chew.
It's cool. You can feel that way.
For sure.
But come fight night, you're going to realize this is a lot different than being on the outside than being inside of there.
As they all say.
Okay. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Oh my God, mentally, okay. I'm talking about I'm slow in the boxing ring, right?
Mentally.
I'm talking about the boxing ring, what you was talking about. I'm slow, right?
Mentally.
Okay, you're gonna see. I promise you.
Shakur openly said something feels mentally off with Teofimo, calling him crazy in the way only fighters understand. Not as an insult, but as a warning. That edge is exactly what makes him dangerous in the ring. It was one of those moments where honesty landed harder than trash talk.
Feel the same way watching him as an amateur?
I'll be honest. I'm gonna be real honest. He was a lot better younger.
Oh, he was better when he was younger?
Especially at the JOs, Junior Olympics.
He
was whooping feet, yo.
All right. He was crazy with it?
Yeah, he was mad nice.
You don't think he developed enough power or something?
It's not about the power. I think that he just focusing too much on one arsenal.
What, the defense?
Yeah, defense. Just defense.
Yo, don't tell me too much, because I don't want you to say that you told me the game plan, you gave this, so I don't want no excuses.
But y'all know
don't
each
say
other.
too
Y'all
much.
already know each other. Canelo Crawford.
No, I could give him that. I could tell him all the game plans and everything, because a true master in anything in boxing, the sport, you got to master yourself. You got to learn how to beat yourself. So if I give you all the tools on how to beat me, and I beat you,
I already know how to beat you, bro.
Nobody beat me.
I already know how to beat you.
Shakur was basically saying unpredictability is a weapon if you know how to control it. At the same time, he didn't blur the lines when the conversation turned to levels. He made it clear that if Teofimo ever stepped in the ring with Terence Crawford, that fight ends badly for Teo. Full stop.
He's talking about, like, once he gets through you, then he wants Crawford, names like that. How do you think he would do against someone like Terence at this point?
I think he gets knocked out.
Can't even hang with him.
Yeah, he's too little. Bud is too big for him.
Right. As far as skills, though, do you think he's on par with the likes of Terence?
I'm not gonna say he's on a Terence Crawford level of skills, but he's very skillful. He got a lot of things.
What makes the moment even more interesting is the contrast with the past. A throwback clip from December 2018 shows the respect between Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez was always real, genuine admiration before the stakes got high.
Okay, what is it so special about Shakur?
The way he is, he's just technical, you know? He's very smart when he's in there. You know, he's still young. We're both the same age, 20 years old. But
Belts and pressure change everything. That's what gives this rivalry depth. It isn't built on fake beef. It's built on familiarity, confidence, and two elite fighters who fully understand how dangerous the other one can be.
Shakur, you know, he's getting up there, so his name speaks for itself. You know, he's a 2016 silver medalist. So, you know, and one of the best in that far in the amateurs in USA. So it speaks for itself. Shakur Stevenson is here for the present and the future.
Then Terence Crawford chimes in, and this is where it gets unintentionally funny. Bud gives everyone the respectful great fighter label, then casually turns around and calls a Teofimo fight a trash fight. No anger, no rant, just cold honesty. And coming from someone as precise and respected as Crawford, it hits harder than trash talk ever could.
Great. Tank Davis. Great. Pitbull Cruz. Great. Teofimo Lopez. Trash. Devin Hayden. Great. Goose. Great. Snell. Great. And your opponent this weekend.
Right after hearing Crawford's brutally calm opinions, the vibe somehow gets even more chaotic when Ryan Garcia jumps into the mix. Ryan talking boxing is always half analysis, half group chat energy. Listening to him feels like hearing fighters debate when the cameras aren't supposed to be rolling. No suits, no filters, just bets flying like it's poker night. His pick of Shakur Stevenson by decision isn't casual either. He's breaking it down like this turns into chess before it turns into damage.
Shakur, I know we were, going at it right now, but I do have you beating him. I do see that your style, he can't f with. Oh, sorry, damn, I cussed myself.
And you're on the show. This is not that's the second leg for you.
That's a fine, yo. That's a fine.
But I gotta say one thing, Teofimo does got that rock on him. Has that one punch power. I see that, you fought a little different with what's his name, Cepeda. Do you think you're gonna fight that same way, or it's gonna be a little different? I see it a little different, but
when I fight Teo, I'm gonna have to fight different that night. I could do it all, bro. I got so much things in my arsenal to where I could do everything that I need to do.
And honestly, I agree with the core of his point. Teofimo doesn't apply the kind of non-stop pressure that makes Shakur panic and bike around the ring. Shakur isn't worried about floods. He's worried about lightning strikes, 1 or 2 shots at a time. When Ryan says it gets ugly late, that isn't disrespect. That's experience talking. Once Shakur reads the timing, the puzzle starts losing pieces.
Teofimo don't even put pressure like that. How can he be on a pedal bike if he don't put no pressure, real pressure like that?
But Teo could crack a little bit.
Yeah, he could crack, but he's not a pressure fighter.
They both got tough defense, though.
Yeah, Shakur just has to watch for a single shot here, single shot there. He's not going to worry about volume, coming forward, hard-hitting guys. He's going to be watching for 1, 2 shots at a time. Teofimo just doesn't put pressure like that for Shakur to even run.
The funniest part is how confident everyone sounds while completely disagreeing. It's like they're betting lunch money but talking legacy. One side says Shakur picks him apart. The other says Teofimo eventually cracks him. Nobody backs down. And when Ryan casually drops that southpaw counterpuncher line like it's checkmate, you can tell he's seeing a matchup nightmare, not a highlight reel. Whether you agree or not, this wasn't clout talk. This was fighters arguing inches, timing, and habits.
That's just what it is. Unless he changes up his whole game plan and his whole fighting style. Which he possibly could and shock me. But at the end of the day, Shakur's going to pick him apart. I can see it, bro. One, Teo don't even do good with counterpunchers. And another thing, he don't even do good with southpaws. And now you got a southpaw counterpuncher? Come on, bro. This is a bad matchup for Teo. Bad matchup. Bad matchup.
It's going to be like Sandor Martin all over again.
Right after Ryan breaks it down like a late-night group chat debate, the energy flips completely when Teofimo Lopez steps to the mic. This is where confidence turns into combustion. Listening to him, you realize this isn't trash talk. This is Teofimo in full main character mode. He's talking about eyes not lying, legacy being written in real time, and Madison Square Garden like it's his personal proving ground. And honestly, it tracks. When Teofimo says he risks it all every time, no rematch clause, no safety net, that isn't bravado. That's a fighter who believes pressure sharpens him instead of breaking him. You can hear it in how loose he sounds, joking 1 second, preaching greatness the next. Like his mind is already calm while everyone else is tense. What makes it interesting is how he frames the mental talk. He's not denying the chaos. He's embracing it. Basically saying, I'm just being me. If that gets in your head, that's your problem.
Talk to me about this fight. Were there any concessions you have to make, any stipulations that are of interest? Is there a rematch clause in this?
No rematch clause. We risk it all the time. No need for a rematch clause. Oh my goodness, man, this thing means everything to me. This is just another fighter, another column into my own pedigree, to my own style. This is what it is. And what better way than here at Madison Square Garden? This will be number 10 fighting here in the Mecca. This will be number 5 in the big room. So I'm very blessed, I'm very thankful, And nevertheless, man, I want more. Let's see who we get after this. We just got to keep it going, man. We're not even in our prime yet. You know I said it earlier, but we're not in our prime yet.
Most dangerous. What stands out is how often he circles back to growth, talking about footwork, lessons learned, and evolution. This fight isn't just about beating Shakur Stevenson. It's about leveling himself up again. You can also hear that underdog chip creeping back in. Him questioning why boxing keeps doubting him. Why he's always the guy people underestimate until the lights come on. That hunger is real. The confidence isn't clean or polished. It's raw, a little chaotic, but grounded in belief. And when he starts talking about future paths and bigger fights, even bringing up Devin Haney, you realize this isn't just one night for Teofimo. It's a statement tour. You may not agree with everything he says, but one thing is clear. He's not showing up to survive rounds. He's showing up to bend the story his way.
I'm gonna say it to you guys. If you want to be liked in boxing, be good at it. You want to be loved in boxing, be great at it, or be the best at it. But if you want to be hated in boxing, be the greatest at it. It's just point blank period, and I think that's what it is. And what it comes down to is that they got to bring a lightweight to come over here and try to take and dethrone Teofimo because they got no other options. I'm excited for this whole thing, and whether they get it right or wrong, at the end of the day, the right person's going to win that night, and that'll be Teofimo.
Right after Teofimo finishes talking like a man who already sees the headlines, the tone subtly shifts when Abel Sanchez steps in. Now we're not talking vibes. We're talking chessboards. Listening to Abel, you can feel that old-school trainer logic where emotions get checked at the door. He's basically saying this fight isn't about who talks louder in the build-up. It's about distance, discipline, and who breaks character first. From his perspective, Shakur Stevenson wins if he keeps it clean, stays controlled, and turns the ring into a geometry lesson. But Abel doesn't let Teofimo off the hook either. He says it straight. If Teofimo tries to be cute and waits, you're looking at a staring contest nobody wins. Teofimo has to flip the script. Lead pressure is what makes Shakur uncomfortable.
Was a great talent, and Teofimo looked great in his last fight. Of course, he didn't have Shakur in front of him, but I think that for Shakur, he has to keep the fight at his distance. If he does that, I think it's a win for him. Teofimo, he's more, he wants to draw you and he wants to counterpunch. He's going to have to be a different guy this time. He's going to have to attack. He's going to have to be leading the fight, or else it's going to be a boring fight. I don't think it'll be a boring fight, but if he sits back and waits for Shakur, Shakur's going to wait for him, then it's not going to be exciting. But I think Teofimo will attack. I think Teofimo has to attack. I think Teofimo has to do what Zepeda did, except for Teofimo's a lot.
And this is where it gets spicy. Abel isn't predicting fireworks. He's predicting tension. The kind of fight where both guys win rounds, trade moments, and have you arguing with your friends by round 8. When he lands on a draw, that's the moment you lean back and go, all right, now you've got my attention. Because that's not a safe take. That's a chaotic one. A draw means nobody fully imposes their will. Nobody gets embarrassed, and everyone walks away with more questions than answers. I also love how he frames Shakur as a fighter who might be almost too good for his own popularity. The Andre Ward comparison says everything. If Teofimo presses him the right way, Shakur could look incredible while still making people uncomfortable. And Abel makes it clear, the name alone is enough motivation to drag Teofimo into peak condition at 140. No shortcuts. No half effort.
I think that, honestly, I see a draw. I don't know why I see a draw, but I just see them both having great rounds and giving us the kind of fight that I think the public is looking for.
I know for a while there we were hearing that Teo might be moving up to 147. Are you surprised that he's still hanging around at 140? I mean, would you want to see him move up?
No, I think the challenge of the name Shakur is going to make him make the weight just the way he has to. I don't think he'll sacrifice, because I think he knows that he's going to have to be in tip-top shape physically and emotionally to be able to beat Shakur. No, I'm happy that he's there because he's fighting a big name. He's getting in there with what the fans are calling.
What all of this says is simple. This isn't about excitement versus boredom. It's about pressure versus patience. If Teofimo attacks the way he needs to, Shakur is forced to unlock every layer of his game. If he doesn't, you're watching a masterclass that casual fans won't fully appreciate until years later. And when a veteran like Abel can't pick a side and sees a draw, that isn't indecision. That's respect for how razor-thin this matchup really is. Stack everything together, the camps, the confidence, the psychology, and the wildly different ways people see this fight playing out, and it's clear this isn't a simple win or lose night. This is the kind of fight that can redefine how both men are viewed. Shakur betting on control, composure, and timing. Teofimo betting on pressure, belief, and that unpredictable spark that flips fights in seconds. And respected voices across the sport are split right down the middle.
It's criticized for not being, quote, exciting. What do you think of that?
I think that Shakur is the kind of fighter that's so good that kind of like Andre Ward was.
I was just going to say Andre, yeah.
He's so good that he doesn't really have to work that hard. A guy like Teofimo is gonna make him work hard. A guy like Teofimo could make Shakur look like $1 million because he's gonna press him. Shakur's gonna have to use his skills, which are immense, and it's gonna make for a great fight. And we're gonna see if well, at least I will see anyway, if Shakur is the star that I think he is. He just doesn't understand himself.
Some see a technical masterclass. Some see chaos. Some even see a draw. And honestly, that uncertainty is exactly why this fight matters. This isn't noise. This is real boxing tension. The kind that builds round by round and has people arguing before the final bell even rings. Now it's on you. Drop your take in the comments. Let's really talk about it. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters. See you in the next one.